And she misses it this time, so match
Yeah.
point.
I was really, really close though. But yeah, we're just seeing that this is literally if Zheng doesn't make the first serve, she is basically just at the mercy of Yastremska. And so far, she has been very merciful, Diana, in this game. One missed return plus the two sort of 1-2 punches that she didn't finish off. She had a couple of good returns, but
And a
she
good
doesn't finish it
serve.
off. So is it over?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Down to T. Yastremska barely touches it with her racket. So it's a 6-4 win for Qinwen Zheng, the 12th seed.
Yeah, definitely, amazing achievement for a Grand Slam final. She will be, well in the top 10 because number 7.
Yeah.
Um, so with a real shot also to to gain, even more points in the next tournaments, regardless of what is going to happen on Saturday. And for sure, a clash between, in the end, all this, let's say, mess event, at least the top half. But in the end, we've got a final clash between two of, the top, let's say, 6 7 players of the moment, even more, not considering Jabber in a better moment than King Wen.
Yeah, yes, number 7 in the world. It definitely feels realistic since Cincinnati, since the US Open. I mean, she's been on
Yeah.
an incredible run, only losing to Świątek twice, to Sabalenka once, to Rybakina, and also to Haddad Maya, of course, that WTA Elite Trophy final where she sort of probably the missed chance there, given that she it's a slightly lower quality player plus a top 10 finish was on the cards, but of course it was nothing egregious to lose there. And
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
so far this year, she's only lost to Świątek, where she was outplayed somewhat easily. Now she has to beat Sabalenka, which is basically the opportunity that she, it's going to be hard to take it, but she's never
Yeah.
really gotten a win like this so far against Sabalenka, Rybakina, Świątek. And if she does it here, it will be absolutely monumental. And of course, 10 years after that
Yeah,
Nani
also,
success too.
was thinking the Australian Open keeps being, the best slam for this, for Chinese female tennis. Lina won also the French Open, but it was also in another Australian Open final beside of
Yeah.
of the one she won. So definitely, um, this has been her most consistent slam in terms of, many big results. And this is
Yeah.
also her first. Yeah, I mean, there were the quarterfinals at the US Open, but this feels like the real breakthrough, uh, Grand Slam moment for her, of course.
When it comes to the round reached, because the run probably is like similarly difficult both times, to the quarters there and to the final here. So like a true breakthrough moment would be the final, but of course getting that final here is already
Yes,
massive.
exactly.
And
I feel like, as long as it's, reaching the round 4, the quarterfinal, but even the semifinal, you look also at the draw, who she beat. But then in the end, when you are in the final of a Grand Slam, um, of course the draw is important, the players who you beat in, the analysis. But still, there's not much to say, um, that's a great
wonder which
achievement.
John says, wonder which surface will be Keenfan's best. I mean, that's not really a thing, right? Like it has to be hard courts. Clay is just she's fine on it, but it's limiting her attacking game, to an extent. Of course, she has quite a lot of spin on that forehand, but in the long run, I would expect her to have more bigger runs on hard courts. And grass, she was the last time we saw her, she was absolutely moving like a cow on ice. Of course, that might change in the future, but yeah, the last couple of years, she was not moving well on grass at all. She hasn't yet
Yeah.
adjusted at all.
How
And
nice.
what now? And what now for Yastremska? Also, another question: will this be her peak Linette-esque, or will this be the first of many deep runs and slams? When it comes to Linette-esque, I don't think it will be like that. But deep runs at the slams, that's a little bit of a fantasy to me as well. It's probably
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle.
I mean, she's if you tell me right now that she will make a second one, Grand Slam semifinal, I can believe it. But still, I'm not expecting her to be there, twice a year
Yeah,
or even once a year. I don't think so.
not that she can't, but it does feel like she's a bit of a low spec
Yes,
Sabalenka in a
exactly.
way. Definitely after watching this match as well.
Then I mean, if
Um,
for deep runs we also mean backing up with another second week, for example, I don't
yeah,
know,
like that's entirely
US
possible.
Open, that's
That's
possible. Yeah,
entirely possible. Obviously, I think she also had a second week before at one of the slams, didn't
yeah,
she?
yeah. In
Uh,
that 2019, it was. I feel like.
oh yeah, yeah, because I was reading that earlier. But was that also the no? Was it the U.S. Open, Australia? Oh, or was it Wimbledon?
No,
Wimbledon
I think it
actually. Yeah,
was Wimbledon in
Wimbledon
2019.
actually.
It
Yeah,
was Wimbledon.
2019 Wimbledon. She already had a second week. Yeah, she's definitely capable of making more semis. That's a bit of a bigger question mark. But yeah, 2019 Wimbledon, she ended up beating Georgie, Kenin, Golubic, and lost to Shuai Zhang. So I guess not the strongest run either. Kenin being the 27th seed at the time, half a year before her Australian Open success. So yeah, that wasn't a run that was that strong, I guess. But yeah, this is more or less what this was about. Indeed, Nali, Kinven
Yeah.
Zheng. It makes sense with their game profiles that they would sort of succeed at the same slam, that they would succeed at similar type of conditions. But as he said, of course, Nali also won the French, and that's quite a big achievement, needless to say. To get two on very different courts, we'll see if Kinven Zheng can also pull it off. Yeah, the second Chinese woman, that will be a stat that is sort of thrown out
Yes, for
everywhere.
sure.
But it's 10 years. It's not that it's not that big a deal. Like it's the
Yeah.
gap isn't that huge. But of course, it's fun that they got
Yeah,
to
especially
meet each other here.
no, I mean for every country. Maybe if someone is used to USA numbers, even if right now it doesn't happen since a long time, or Russia maybe, uh, but
Yeah,
for
no American man has reached the Grand Slam final since
yes,
2009, I
exactly.
guess. Yeah, so it's not that obvious actually, but sure. Of course, it's fun that they were able to yeah, meet each other here and like spend time together. And who knows? I mean, so far she hasn't been letting that pressure get to her. In the final, I think she will play fine. Sabalenka will be throwing everything at her, so I guess she won't really have that much time to think. But yeah, after watching today, the Yastremska Zheng match, which I think will have a very similar dynamic to the final, I don't really buy Kinven's chances to win unless
No, me
Arena
neither this
is
time.
really messes it up. But yeah, the final is still huge. It's a lot of points for, I guess, beating opponents with slightly lower ranking than you would expect usually at these stages. But still, it's not like Kinven over the past 4 and 5 months hasn't been, showing that she deserves that. And as I said, basically only losing to elite players the last couple of months. The win over Sabalenka would be by far the biggest one of her career,
Oh
both in
yeah,
terms of the
that's for sure.
stage and
And not
also in
yeah.
terms of yeah, just beating the sort of opposition that she hasn't really been able to touch yet. She has a few top 10 wins, but it's like maybe more so, yeah, that 6-10 group, that Jaber Sakari type of
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
range than Sabalenka, Rybakina, Świątek, and etc. And Goff. Goff, I don't think she's played. Rybakina, she lost to very easily in Beijing. Um, Sabalenka, she lost to easily at the US Open. And of course, against Świątek, she's like 0-5 down despite winning a few sets.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else, Mario, left to
Yeah,
say?
winning a few sets, but never really close to uh, you know to beat her. No, so yes, I think that we have still a very very good Grand Slam final. I feel like at least in terms of the names, two of the very best players in at the moment. So yeah, I'm still, as I said before the match, I'm still backing Sabalenka, in terms that I'm expecting her to win that one. But then of course, as we always say, we will watch because never has been written already yet. And yeah, great stuff also from Kim Wen. Also being able to do well in even in a favorable draw, at least not that difficult as maybe some other times at the Grand Slam it can be. It's still good because when you have these expectations on yourself and from the world tennis environment to reach big result, it cannot be that easy. So for sure, even if she's going to lose, this will be a very very good first time for her, and no reason to think that she she will stop here. So I feel like, of course, she will feel the pressure of being a first Grand Slam final, but she also shouldn't put herself too much of a pressure, in my opinion, considering both the opponent, the fact that Sabalenka. For sure, there should be more pressure, in my opinion, on Sabalenka to win a second slam than on Kim Wen to win a first one. That's my opinion.
Sure. And by the way, guys, 5,399 subscribers. I mean, there's just one missing out of
Yeah,
that round
please.
number. Yeah, like whoever is watching right now and isn't subscribed, I mean, don't you want to see that 400? It would be like
Yeah,
almost real time.
it
After
does
you click it, it's like
disturb
pretty
yourself.
sweet. Yeah, I mean,
You see
don't you
the
like
number
round
and it's
numbers?
like,
Yeah. I want to see the zeros. We're not leaving the stream until someone
no.
subscribes. that could be very risky. Yeah. In fact, someone listening to this might be vile and just unsubscribe as well, and
Yeah,
that would be
exactly.
a nasty thing to do, and you would not go to heaven. But yeah, I guess we're gonna be wrapping up anyway. Maybe someone will sort of pull this off in the next few seconds, in the next few minutes. But who knows? We'll see. Anyway, Mario, anything left to add? Zheng, Yastremska.
No, I think we we talked about pretty much all that what we needed to do. So yeah, it's been another time a pleasure for me.
Yeah, solid enough from Zheng today. Probably a less, maybe even impressive performance than against Kaniskaya, but she did the trick. I mean, the last 3 rounds, really, she's been able to handle the pressure coming from suddenly being the favorite to make your first Grand Slam final really well. And hopefully she also delivers in the actual final on Saturday.
Yeah.
Entry to heaven. Yeah, thank you everyone for the comments. Thank you everyone for being here with us, and of course keep tuning into the watch alongs, which I
Yeah,
think
for
we're
sure.
gonna just have them for every single match from now on. And that's the end of it. Joe Deary is excited. I am fairly excited as well, even if I suspect that it might not be that competitive, but we'll see. Hopefully it's just like Sabalenka Golf today, where actually we got a really good match out of it,
Yeah.
despite on paper seemingly maybe not that tough. And yeah, tomorrow, of course, the men's semis. Hopefully both of them are competitive. The second one, however, can go to hell, but the first one,
You don't want to see the second one competitive. I know you.
I don't want to see it at all, period, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess I don't mind if it is 5 sets, because I
Yeah,
don't
even
care.
if
Although
maybe if it is
actually no.
competitive, you can be, at some point maybe.
Yeah, I would probably tune in, but no, actually I want to see it straight sets, because then the player who wins has to have some energy to make the final good.
Yeah, that's right. Also,
That's my idea of it, I guess. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap it up here. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you on some other Talking Tennis streams.
yeah.
See ya.
Bye bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. There were some Australian Open final vibes for me today, and I was looking at a couple of comparisons. Australia was 2 hours 28 minutes, today was 2:26. I'm sure you weren't aware of that. But I tell you, 4 championship points, does that sound familiar? And were you thinking of it during that last game?
Actually, yes, I was thinking when I was down with the break in the last game, I was thinking, okay, I did it at the Australia Open, so probably I'll be able to to get this win this time again, and it's actually helped me to stay focused and to have this belief in myself. And yeah, definitely this match reminds a lot of Australian Open match.